Good morning, all. Thank you for joining us at the Chelsea Sharks team announcement presser with Director of Rugby, Neil Powell. I'm going to hand over to Neil and open the floor for questions. Guys, I'm not going to be controlling I'm not going to have a monitor in front of me, so you can go ahead with your questions. There's no need to raise your hand. I see, Michael, you've raised your hand, though, so you can start.
Thanks. How's it, Neil? Your changes, obviously, lots and lots of changes. I suppose next week's game also very important for you. But if you can just chat us through what's going through your mind at the moment with that.
Yeah, morning, Michael, and morning, media. Yes, I think important for us to manage our squad well, and I think part of our rotational policy. I think if we look at our traveling schedule over the next few weeks, playing Bulls at home, then Connacht away, then Bordeaux back here in Durban, and then Harlequins away. I can't imagine one team having to travel and play all those games. So we obviously in a 11-game block where we only played 6. We got another 5 left, and I think for me, for us to get the team and a coaching staff still with a lot of energy in game 10 and 11 of this 11-game block, we needed to rotate and we needed to manage the squad a little bit. And I think we identified this trip to Europe and Connacht as one of the weeks where we can use the rotational policy and by doing it, creating a bit of squad depth and also coaching experience.
Neil, if I may, it's Ashraf Mohammed in Cape Town. Hope you're well.
Ashraf, good, thank you.
Neil, how do you prioritize? Do you prioritize the game, the particular games, or the particular competitions? Because some would say you must prioritize the Champions Cup, but in other ways, the URC is also very important to actually qualify for Champions Cup next season as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think good question, and I think it's aligned with our goals and what we want to achieve from this season. Obviously, like I said, I think still a tough few games left in the next few blocks. Playing Bordeaux, Harlequins away, then we play Edinburgh, which is a really strong team as well, and then Stormers that proved that they are a good side. So again, it's not about who we're playing against. It's more about what we believe is best for our team and our system. And like I said, this is basically the perfect break for us in the middle of an 11 game block. Played 6, have 5 left. So after this one, we'll have 4 left. And again, it's all about trying to get the guys with as much energy as possible into the 10th and 11th game in this 11 game block.
And you're quite fortunate, you spoke about depth there, that you actually have a very strong team for the Connacht game anyway, despite not picking all your Springboks and keeping them in Durban. It's still a highly competitive team. You must be quite confident that you can actually get the result, although we know Galway is a very tough place to play.
Yeah, it is a tough place to play, and I think there's a lot of teams that win there with the hopes of getting a good win with a strong team against a Connacht and didn't achieve that. So, but we've done everything we can to prepare this team. We've asked the guys that stayed behind on Monday to come in and run Connacht's plays against the team that is going to play Connacht tomorrow night. So we've really worked hard and to prepare this team to be successful in Connacht. So and like you rightfully mentioned, I think it's still a strong team, and that's exactly what we want to create in the Sharks. Is we want to create squad depth. We want to create a team or squad where you can select any 15 and still be a strong team that's very competitive and that can win games for you at home, but also on the road. So very happy with that team, and I think it's also there's a lot of those guys that haven't had opportunity and it's obviously asked for opportunity, and we're really excited to see how they're going to go in this game against Connacht.
Next question.
Okay, Neil. Hi, it's Gavin Rich, also from Cape Town. I was just going to ask you the Springbok resting protocols. Does that include the Edinburgh game or not? I mean, would you probably be, I mean, because you would have affected when you made this decision, you would have factored in what was to come. Are you going to go to Harlequins with your strongest team, and then you've got Edinburgh there the week later, and then I think after that, when the Stormers come to Durban, I think you're under strength, aren't you?
Yes, I won't call it under strength, to be honest.
No, you know what you know what I mean. Yeah.
I know what you mean. So from a Springbok resting protocol perspective, it's case by case. So we will be without some of the box for that Edinburgh game, but we also will have some of them available for that game. So it's obviously a continuous conversation between ourselves and the coaching, the Springbok coaching staff, Jock Nienaber and Rassie. But we will have some of the guys available for Edinburgh. But unfortunately, none of the Springboks will be available for that Stormers game. But it's the same for the Stormers as well. So they probably will miss out on Kitsi and Frans Malherbe, and then obviously Damien Willemse. So and again, it's an opportunity for us to play with the non-Springbok squad and create squad depth and create opportunities for those guys to put their hand up. I think what happened for me over the last few weeks in the squad is that they started to develop a healthy competition amongst the guys that I feel really pushed the standard of the training sessions, and then how the guys perform on the field. And if we can keep it up, I think with or without the box, we'll have a squad that really pushes the standards and really wants to be successful.
Just on that, I mean the travel challenge is becoming really difficult at the moment for the South African team. It's not just you. Stormers took 40 hours to get to Glasgow. How do you think that's a problem going forward? I mean, do you think there needs to be some kind of adjustment or something to the competition, or is that something that you sort of can't really sort of comment on in your position?
Yeah, I think it's reality in our situation at this moment, and it's something that we can't control. So to break your head about something that we can't control, I think is not need to. What we do need is we do need to find solutions for it if it is maybe something that we feel is a bit challenging. So, and I think again, it's what it is for this season. So there's nothing that you're going to do or say that it's going to change it. But maybe when it's off season and the season is done, that's maybe the discussions that we need to have with the different role players and that made the decisions or that's making those decisions, and see if we can get a better solution for it. But again, I think it's just realistic to say that for a 12-hour trip to end up to be a 40-hour trip is not ideal, and it's obviously something that we would like to change if it's possible.
Thanks.
Are there further questions?
I'll jump in, Navash.
Go ahead.
Neil, just in terms of the game against Connacht, as we said, we've got quite a few experienced players, but one of the youngsters in the Valde players that fly off. We saw him at Marty's in the Varsity Cup, but you see obviously a big step up. What do you expect to see from him?
Yeah, listen, I think Valde is one of those players that every time he gets on the training pitch, he really puts up his hand, and I think we already awarded him for a good performance on a training field when he was on the bench against Leinster in the third week of the competition. So he shows a great lot of potential. I think he's a quality youngster, and I think he's one of those players that just almost got time on the ball. So when when he's got ball in hand, it looks like he's got more time than anybody else with that ball in hand, and he makes good decisions. So we're really excited to see him go in that number 10 jersey as well, and especially against quality opposition like Connacht. So again, he's probably one of the guys that we will look after this game at and go, okay, yes, he is really capable to play at this level, and he's done well for us in that 10 jersey, and hopefully that will be the case.
Neil, sorry, my internet keeps going on and off. Have you been asked about Connacht, what you're expecting from them?
Yeah, listen, I think Connacht is one of those teams that's you're going to have to battle it out for the full 80 minutes. And I think with a lot of their games, they actually came back from behind and beat the opposition in the last 20 minutes or that last quarter of the game. So we know it's going to be physical. There's nothing like tricky in the way they play. They're just really direct and really physical, and it's a team that doesn't go away for 80 minutes. And obviously they manage the game well in terms of their kicking, especially at home, where they are familiar with the conditions and they play towards those conditions. And again, I think for us, the big challenges will be to stay in that game for the full 80 minutes and make sure that we don't tap out before that final whistle.
Thank you.
Thank you. If there's no further questions,
Just one more from me, Navas.
go ahead.
You with Joey in charge of this team, is a nice opportunity for him as well to bring his side to the team.
Yeah, again, I think it's an all-round opportunity to develop, and I think with what's in mind for the future for the Sharks and where we would like to go, I think a great opportunity for Joey to show what he's capable of. I think he's a really good coach. He's a really good person. He's coached at that level already with the Bulls in terms of the defense coach. And a great opportunity for him to head up that team that plays against Connacht. And a great opportunity for him to develop, I think. So, I'm looking forward. He's full of energy. I know he will definitely motivate the guys and get them fired up for this game against Connacht. We've sent them with a mission to bring us points back. So hopefully they can achieve that goal for us.
Thank you very much. If there's no further questions, media, thank you for